That's a really good question.
I thought about wearing it, you know, like bling.
Wrestling's pretty good. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Frank Castle is in my bones. You know, like Frank Castle is in my bones.
When you first started doing comedies consistently after Analyze This, was that a big decision for you, where you took some time and thought, or were you just evaluating the projects as they came in?
No, I thought, like with Analyze This, I thought it would be interesting and fun to do. Billy Crystal, it was his idea, the way I understand it. Billy came to me and said, you know, again, I had a table read of it with him and other actors and decided, you know, committed to it, which I like to do when I'm seriously considering something. I have a table read because you kind of lift it off the page a little bit and you get a little better sense, slightly better sense of what it could be. And it wasn't. Then I started getting offers. Like for Meet the Parents, Jay Roach. I don't know how that evolved, but Jay Roach and I had a meeting with Jane Rosenthal, and we were, I guess Tribeca was working on it. She was working on it. Jay was, I don't know how, but I wound up committing to that, and then that whole thing started.
There's some drama in this film. You know, there's obviously a lot of comedy and drama in father-son relationships generally. Just wondering how your scene partner, Sebastian, conveyed that and played to that.
No, Sebastian was great. It's also based on his relationship with his own father. So that was a lot of built-in things already. And so it was good. I mean, Laura Taruso is Italian-American. She's from New York. She knows that world. Sebastian, obviously, in Salvo. So I was in good company on both sides, had a strong foundation to, if we went here or there, it all supported nicely.
There's some emotional moments in this film, even though it's a comedy, specifically towards the end by the plane. Yeah. Sebastian's father is emotional. When you have those kind of emotional scenes in comedies, do you think it hits the audience hard because maybe they're just laughing and they're not expecting that?
I don't know. I think those types of scenes are great. I think the Italians do it so well. With a moment it's funny, the next thing it's emotional, back and forth. Italian movies, and no, that's okay as long as it's real, it's believable, because that's life. That's how people are, you know.
Did you first get to know Sebastian working on The Irishman? Is that where you guys kind of hit it off?
Well, no pun intended. Hit it off. I had to kill him, and he was upset about that. So we had a couple of hours of therapy session before he could do this movie. No, but we didn't really talk much. I saw him once or twice, I think, before he did The Irishman, and then he said I saw him after. I thought it was before, but it was whatever. I've seen him do stand-up. In any case, but seeing, you know, getting the script, I liked it and liked the idea of playing his father and all that, and so that was it.
Another comedian you worked with in The Irishman who got to play his hero, Don Rickles, with Jim Norton. I'm just wondering what you thought of Jim's performance in that scene, and if you recommended him for that because you'd worked with him before.
I don't know if I recommended Jim or if I forget what came first. But he was terrific. He's another terrific, wonderful comedian. Jessica Curson I worked with too. She's great.
Yeah. With GoodFellas, I'm just wondering what you thought Ray Liotta did with his performance to help make that such a special movie.
Well, he was terrific in it, Ray, and I don't know. Marty used him in it. I remember I told him once. I said, "There's this guy Ray Liotta and Something Wild, a Jonathan Demme movie," so Marty did wind up using him. I don't know who else he was considering, but yeah, he contributed a lot. He was terrific in the film.
Is there a character or performance that you feel you committed yourself to the most in terms of preparation in your career?
Some, I guess, Raging Bull. That was a big commitment, even just gaining the weight. It's a lot. It's a lot harder than you'd think.